Have you ever been completely lost in a moment, like truly present? No past regrets weighing on your shoulders, no future worries clouding your mind? Maybe it was while watching the sunset, or holding a newborn baby, or laughing uncontrollably with someone you love. In that fleeting instant, everything felt still, perfect, clear. That moment, that's what Eckhart Tolle calls the power of now. And what if I told you that this state of peace isn't just an accident? It can actually become your everyday reality. Hello, I am Bharat, and welcome to Audiofybooks, where you will find excellent audio summaries of books in a very easy and interesting way. If you want to learn from new books, do subscribe to the channel. Let's get started with today's book. When Eckhart Tolle wrote The Power of Now, he wasn't trying to be poetic. He was trying to survive. At the lowest point of his life, depressed and anxious, he had one thought that completely shattered his reality. I cannot live with myself any longer. But then a second thought struck him. Who is this I who can't live with myself? That split opened a doorway. In that moment, something inside him cracked wide open, and what came through wasn't despair. It was silence, presence, awareness, peace. That's the seed from which this entire book grew. Now imagine you're walking through a crowded street. Horns blaring, people talking, your phone buzzing. But all of a sudden, you pause. You stop trying to rush anywhere. You feel the ground beneath your feet. Notice the rhythm of your breath, the sun on your face. For that brief second, you're not thinking, you're just being. This is the essence of the power of now. Waking up from the trance of constant mental noise and dropping into the richness of the present moment. But let's be honest, most of us live in our heads. Our minds are like over-caffeinated squirrels, constantly jumping from regret to fear, from to-do lists to memories. We're either replaying things we should have done differently or worrying about things that might never happen. And this non-stop chatter, it's exhausting. Eckhart Tolle says that this kind of mental activity isn't just tiring, it's the root of all suffering. Because when your attention is hijacked by thoughts, you're not actually living. You're just thinking about life. He explains that time, past and future, is a mental construct. Think about it. The past is just memory, and the future is imagination. Neither actually exists outside of your mind. The only thing that is ever real is this moment, right now. The breath you're taking, the words you're hearing, the stillness between your thoughts. That's life. Everything else is just noise. Now, this doesn't mean we stop planning or reflecting, but Tolle invites us to stop identifying with the mind. That's key. You can still use your mind as a tool, but you're not supposed to become it. Imagine your mind is like a loud roommate who never stops talking. Most of us believe that voice is who we are. But Tolle says, no, that's just your mind. You are the one hearing the voice. You are the awareness behind the noise. Once you realize this, something shifts. You no longer get swept up by every anxious thought or old memory. Instead, you start to observe them. And this observation, this pure awareness, is incredibly powerful. It creates space. Space to choose. Space to breathe. Space to be. Now here's where it gets deeper. Tolle introduces the concept of the pain body. It's like an emotional parasite that lives inside of you, feeding on negativity. Think of it as the accumulated emotional pain you've carried over the years. Resentments, traumas, sadness that haven't been fully processed. The pain body gets activated when something triggers those old wounds. Ever snapped at someone over something small and later felt like it wasn't really you who reacted? That was likely your pain body taking the wheel. But how do you disarm it? Not by fighting it, but by bringing presence to it. When you can feel your pain without resisting it and simply witness it without judgment, it starts to dissolve. That's the healing power of awareness. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about facing yourself without flinching. Tolle also dives into the ego, another sneaky mental structure. The ego thrives on separateness. It needs to compare, to judge, to feel superior or inferior, to constantly defend its identity. It loves drama and control. But most importantly, it cannot exist in the present moment. That's why it pulls you into stories of the past or fantasies of the future, because in the now, the ego vanishes. So when you return to presence, even briefly, you're not just calming your mind, you're disarming your ego. One of the most beautiful parts of the book is when Tolle talks about relationships. He says we often look to others to complete us. But if you're not connected to your own presence, no relationship will satisfy you. Instead, it will become a source of pain because you'll unconsciously try to make the other person responsible for your happiness. Real love, he says, isn't about clinging. It's about meeting each other in presence without needing, without controlling. That kind of love is like sunlight. It just shines. And here's the thing, presence isn't something you achieve someday. It's something you remember, right now, in this breath, this moment, and then the next. You might forget it 1,000 times a day, but each time you remember, you return home. Eckhart offers a few simple practices to help with this, like feeling the inner energy of your body, the aliveness in your hands, your chest, your legs, or paying attention to your breath, not controlling it, just noticing it, or listening deeply to the sounds around you without labeling them. These practices aren't religious or complex. They're simple anchors to help you return to now. And perhaps the most radical idea in the book is this: life is not happening to you. Life is happening for you. And when you meet each moment fully, without resistance, even the difficult ones, you discover a kind of freedom that no one can take away. I'll be honest, the first time I read this book, it didn't fully land. It felt abstract. But then, one day, I was sitting alone, scrolling mindlessly on my phone, feeling strangely empty. I paused, took a breath, closed my eyes, and just listened. The silence wasn't empty, it was alive. And I realized this is what Eckhart meant. It's not about ideas, it's about experience. And the more I practiced it, the more peaceful I felt. Not because my life got easier, but because I stopped resisting it. So if you're listening to this and thinking, but my life is too messy to be peaceful, that's exactly why this matters. Because peace doesn't come from having a perfect life. It comes from being present with life, exactly as it is. Remember, the present moment is not just a portal to peace. It is peace. It is joy. It is life itself. And it's available to you right now, in this breath, in this heartbeat, in this quiet space between thoughts. You don't need to understand everything in the power of now all at once. You don't even need to believe it. Just try it. Pause, breathe, observe, and see what happens when you stop thinking about life and start living it. Thanks for listening to this immersive summary of the power of now. If you found value in this, do like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Audiofybooks for more soulful, easy-to-understand book summaries. Until next time, stay present and take care.